Why? No, give me the recording. Give it to me now. Give me the recording. Give it to me. Give it to me.
What
now.
recording?
You're making a recording right now of me.
Yes,
give
I
it
am.
to me.
I'm just letting you know I'm recording
Give
you.
it to me right now. No, give it to me.
So this can be proven in court.
Give it to me. No.
Arrested development.
Yes.
Yes. So by definition, arrested development is when it's a psychological term. It's when a person experiences trauma or something that happens usually in their childhood, they stop developing right there at that point. So you could be 30 years old and acting like a 10-year-old.
Happens all
Happens
the
all the time. You would be surprised how quickly you will see an adult go into child state. Like when they get triggered, they go into child state, crying uncontrollably, throwing fits. I mean, really, temper tantrums. We've seen it firsthand in counseling as coaching. It's the weirdest thing in the world, but it happens. They revert back to that childlike state. So when you're married and you have arrested development, when you get triggered by your partner, you go into a childlike state. That's when you get people throwing things, yelling, slamming doors. That's all the things children do. It's really, and it's so common in our culture that we think that's normal. We think that's normal for people to do that in a marriage or relationship. It's not. It really isn't.
Not in a healthy one. No.
Two adults should be able to sit down and talk out a problem. But you see this happen all the time. So when you have arrested development in your marriage, you're gonna struggle. If one or sometimes both partners have arrested development. So you got two adult-sized toddlers running around the house mad about something.
And yeah, you see couples that are stuck in these really bad cycles where like they have these blow-ups, they make up and everything's good. Then they go back around. It's like they're that arrested development piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very, very bad. Unforgiveness. So unforgiveness comes in many forms. Most people, when they think of forgiving, they think of like infidelity or something like that. But really, unforgiveness, maybe y'all had an argument and he said he called you out of your name. Maybe he called you fat, or he called you something, or she said you was a no good whatever. Now you hold it over their head forever.
No good whatever.
Yeah. Tell something about your mama, and your mama ugly too. You know, they can say,
whoa.
and you just hold it over their head forever. You never get through it. You never press past it. It's always that. And as soon as something happens, it comes up. Well, you remember when you did this, and it's like a trump card. It's a trump card, and especially if there was like infidelity or something like that, it's now that's another weapon against you, because now there's shame, because he or she already feels bad for what they did. But when you supposedly forgive, if you stay, you forgive. That's what we tell couples all the time. If you choose to stay after infidelity, you choose to forgive. The two are synonymous. You cannot separate one. You can't stay and make their life a living, you know what. But if you're gonna stay, that means you choose to forgive. And that doesn't mean you get to pull out of your back pocket to get your way. And that's what happens a lot. A lot. Way more than it should. Disrespectfulness. People it's just me, or people just disrespectful. Like within a marriage, there's a certain amount of respect that your spouse should have. Ladies, if you're disrespecting your husband, when I say disrespect, I mean talking about him behind his back, calling him names, hitting him, because a lot of y'all got a problem hitting. Y'all think men don't have pain receptors. Don't be hitting. Hands to ourselves.
Yes.
Call him out his name, belittling him, emasculating him.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Yeah, men are physically stronger, but y'all with this thing right here, that is a loaded gun. If you are disrespecting your husband on a regular basis, every time you get mad, every time you do something that you don't like, then you need to check yourself, because it's only a matter of time before he walks away. And if he ain't looking for the exit, then you ain't really attracted to him no way, because he definitely doesn't respect himself.
And to the fellas, if you calling her out of her name for her lack of ambition or whatever the things you're saying that's putting her down and belittling her, you need to stop that too, because disrespect is I don't know,
well, there's a way to say anything.
There is.
There's a way to say anything. So it may be a valid point, but you gotta ask yourself, does it need to be said? Is it helpful? Is it gonna get us down the road? Is it something that's gonna build my spouse up?
And hold each other accountable. If you are the person that's receiving disrespect from your spouse, hold them accountable. Hey, babe, I don't really like how you kind of talking. Let's You know, let's calm down, let's take a breath, and let's reconvene in about 5 minutes or so. But right now, I'm not liking where this is going.
Disrespects you. First thing that you're going to do is you're going to state that you do not like it. Set the boundary and say, hey, when you said this, I didn't appreciate that. I found that disrespectful. That's all you have to do is state that. You got to give people a chance because sometimes they didn't mean to do it. So you don't even need to take offense at this. Just state it. If someone continues or they respond to that in a negative way, then you just say, okay, that's fine. And then you just leave. That's it. You end the conversation. You exit the friendship or the relationship if you have to. You have to have boundaries.
The next one is one of my personal favorites. It's one that I see a lot. And I love to deal with people who do this in their marriage because it's always fun.
I know what you're talking about.
Unbalanced power dynamic.
You love to disarm them. And it's
I love to do that because they're bullies. And I love to beat up bullies. I did it when I was a kid. And now I do it verbally with adults. I don't like bullies.
I did it when I was a kid. Yeah, you used to square up a lot.
I don't like bullies. I don't like bullies. And I don't like when I have a couple that comes in and there's a clear, unbalanced power dynamic. What do I mean by that? That means that one partner has all the power, they got all the chips, they got all the monopoly money, they got the car, the boot, the skate, they got all of it. And then
they got boardwalk and park.
Yeah, and then they give their spouse one little square.
But they gonna get the little brown.
They get the little brown ones, like $10 for rent, you know. And that's what
they got
give
the utilities. They got all of it, like and the railroads.
And I love it because I get to take it all back. I get to take it and redistribute it because that's the way it should be. You should not have an unbalanced power dynamic because it's not right. Somebody's not getting their needs met, and it's only a matter of time before you or your marriage is in the ditch. But you know what? The truth of the matter is this. I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking most of the time it's the men with all the power. No. 90% of the time, my personal experience, anecdotal, but my personal experience, is the woman with all the power in the relationship. You know why that is? Because she's got the poo nanny. She got the poo nanny, and he want it, and he don't want to deal with it. He can't. He's in a marriage. He can't.
I'm
go
not
out.
looking at you.
He can't go outside to get it. He wants it. She knows he wants it, so she wills it. That's wrong. Or he messed up somewhere down the road, and he gave her all the chips to get back into her good graces, and she's like, "Ooh, I kind of like this. Whatever I want, I get. I'm not giving this up. I forgive you, but I'm not giving it up." Unbalanced power dynamic is a form of abuse. Point blank, period. Ladies, gentlemen, if you have an unbalanced power dynamic where your spouse has no power in a relationship or very little of it, it is a form of abuse.
Yeah, it's an emotional abuse.
Yes. People don't see it that way.
It is.
But it is a form of abuse because your spouse is being harmed by the way that you're treating them. It's serious. Any of these things can creep up on you that quickly. So with that, that's enough said.